Hey guys, welcome to Placentia, Belize. This is the Sunsail Base Marina, and this is where we took off from, along with some other pictures from our trip. Now it's going to be a little bit for me to put this all together and actually get the Belize video out, but in the meantime, I thought that some of you might enjoy a basic operational walkthrough of a 45-foot Leopard catamaran. This would probably mostly apply to most catamarans. This is actually compliments of Cricket, who actually works at the base, and this is kind of what they normally do when you take a bareboat charter out. If you're new, subscribe and do me a favor and give me a like. I always appreciate that, and I hope that you enjoy. Thanks. Integrity is a 45-foot catamaran that will be fully renovated for a 10-year global circumnavigation. Join me virtually and/or actually as I transverse the globe. Okay.
Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to go up by the helm station, and then we're going to start from there. And then we're going to go up front, come back here, and then go inside.
Alright.
GPS is off, so let's power the GPS up. Slide that over.
I couldn't get it up.
Try to switch on inside.
Instruments are on.
Power. Let me go check something downstairs. Disconnected. Right. Outside.
Yeah, I did that with paper towel. All right, we'll come back for that one. I kind of know that one anyways, so cool.
So your depth gauge, that's reading from the lowest point of the boat, right? So that's reading from the bottom of the keel.
Yep.
So whatever you're seeing there, that's what you got left before the boat actually touches the bottom of the anchor.
Yep.
This is just music. You can control the music from outside here. With the fuel, you're going to notice that the fuel on your port side will go down a little bit quicker than the one on the starboard side.
Yep.
Because
So
the generator,
how much generator you're running.
generator takes fuel off that one. And then you got the fuel transfer there if you need to transfer fuel over
From starboard to port.
from starboard to port. Yeah.
Yep.
You're going out for just a week, right?
10 days.
10 days. You might need it. I don't think so. And it's got the horn halfway up the mast.
I'm sorry, you said the what?
Horn.
Oh, the horn.
Yeah,
The horn's halfway up the mast. I did not know that.
Mast.
Now I do.
Okay.
All right.
And then you got this switch is just for this red light right here.
Right. Cockpit light.
The ones in the back here, they're turned on from inside the boat.
The back is the stair lights
yeah.
behind us. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Starting up the motor.
Now tell me, is this attached?
Yeah.
Okay, because the last boat I was on, it was there but not attached. It wasn't functioning or doing a thing.
Yeah, if the touch goes bad, then you can control it.
And the autopilot, you can set stuff up and make routes and waypoints and all that other stuff, but it actually won't communicate with that. Is that correct?
That's
okay.
correct, yeah.
Now normally it does, but charter boats they won't because they don't want you partying downstairs while nobody's at the helm, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Starting up your motor, make sure you're up in neutral, then it's power, and start. All right. Same thing on the other side, power, and start. Once the motors are running, you want to make sure that you got water pumping out in the stern, right?
Yep. Neighbor's pumping. How hard is this? That one's good? All right.
All right. Uh, 2200 maximum on the RPMs when you're motoring. The port side motor is the motor that powers up the windlass. So whenever you're ready to operate the anchor up and down, make sure the port side motor is running.
You get a call on that every day, right?
And then we ask that you take
including us last time because I'd forgotten.
Oh yeah?
Not here though, that was too easy.
Somewhere else, okay. And then we ask that you take the RPMs up to at least 1500 because the windlass pulls a lot of power.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? So
no one said that before.
So to take the RPMs up, you pull the lever out. You can go forward or backwards, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just do it in reverse. It stays better in reverse. Sometimes when you put it in the forward one, it drops back. So I just do it in reverse, it stays. And then you take the RPMs up. Take it up to at least 1500. Just about there, all right? And then now you can go up there and do your up and down on the anchor. The boat is equipped with a generator, but if you guys don't use the generator in the nighttime, then you're gonna have to run both motors a few hours in the daytime. Same thing, 1500 RPM.
Keep the batteries up.
To charge the battery up.
Right.
Right.
And there's a very inefficient alternator on the engines, right? It's not the good way to try to charge your house batteries.
Yeah. This down on the bottom here, this is if you're trying to start one of the motors up and they don't want to start. Maybe you got a flat battery, then you press and hold this one on the bottom, and then what it does, it links the battery up, and then whichever motor doesn't want to start, it should start once you press and hold that.
So both the starboard and the port engine batteries are linked. If one of them is low or whatever, it'll get the power from the other battery.
Just press and hold that, and then you should be able to start up whichever one doesn't want to start.
Okay.
All right.
You should make a video like this, and you don't have to do it every time.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just the power button on the top there.
Yeah.
So power that up. Comes up in 74. Squelch is good. And volume is. Just take that all the way up. Alright. Right. All the lines, they're all labeled off here, so that should all be straightforward.
Well, there's one that's not labeled. The Genoa is not a problem. Starboard jib,
this one would be
port jib.
Port jib. This would be the spinnaker. That's just right in front of us here. Spinnaker. It's just a line. We don't do spinnakers, so you just got the line. So
is this a spinnaker line that is not used?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the line.
Right
that's
there.
what I was going to ask. So that's what that line's sitting there. Now I know. Okay, got it.
And the reef, the jib, the reef, and the main.
Gotcha. All right.
They're both electric, all right? You put switches on the bottom there. If for some reason you put too much load on them, they'll cut off on you. then you got to go inside to do the reset on.
Right.
All right. This one is not. You got your winch handles in the pocket in the bottom there. Two winch handles on the boat.
Gotcha.
Right, so while we got the motor running at 1500 RPMs, we'll go up front and have a look at your anchor.
All right.
Alright, so it's just a basic up and down. Alright, so before we go down, we gotta come up a little bit. Alright, so come up to take the stop off. So we come up a little bit, flick that up, and then now it's ready to go down. All right. There's no marking on the chain. You got 200 feet of chain on the boat.
200 foot? Okay.
200.
That's a cheap chain, huh?
Yeah. And then after you've put out whatever anchor chain you need to put out, then you got to come down on the bottom here, and then we got to hook up the bridle. So we take the hook, and then we get it in anywhere we can get it clipped on. This is just a retriever line, right? Sometimes the hook falls off.
Right.
Then you can just use the line to pull it back up and rehook it again. So you just get it in anywhere you can get it on the chain here. Right inside like that, and then once you've got it clipped in like that, then you got to let out some more chain until you see that the load is on this setup here and not on the windlass while at anchor.
Is there enough line on there to unwind all that line and just leave a little bit and it'll go out and you'll hit the bridle before?
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got plenty of line there, yeah.
We had to tie it last time.
Oh, okay.
Remember.
Yeah. That back there. Bring this back up. Click that down. We'll go down a little bit to lock it up. Alright. The same thing, there's a breaker for this, alright? So too much load on it cuts off on you. And you gotta go inside and reset. And then if you do have to put out your second anchor, which is down on the bottom there.
I didn't see it. I don't know. It's down somewhere. Okay.
It runs off that roller up in the front. And then this is where you cleat it off. There's a cleat right inside here. That's where you cleat it off, alright?
You cleat it off this cleat here.
Yeah.
And you're going to run a rope on that one. I always wondered what that is, so now I get it.
Yeah.
So you just run a rope. Okay. And if I've never done 2 anchors. So if you're doing 2 anchors, you're generally doing them both from the front, and one goes starboard, one goes port, essentially?
Well,
you try?
Your main anchor will be right off the front of you, right in the middle of the boat.
Okay.
And then the second one, you need to use your dinghy. So you bring your dinghy around,
Oh.
and then you lower the anchor and the chain down into the dinghy.
Yeah.
And then you have all the rest of the line just coiled up on the trampoline here.
Oh.
And then you use the dinghy and take it out at 45 degrees off your primary anchor.
Okay.
You take it off your starboard side. Right?
Yeah. All right.
45, you take it as far as the line gives you.
Yep.
And before whoever is in the dinghy throw that anchor out, make sure whoever is up on top here, cleat off the line first, and then have whoever is in the dinghy just throw the anchor out and just leave it.
Gotcha.
Don't pull it tight, just leave it. So if the boat doesn't drag, then it's going to be easier to pick up in the morning again.
Gotcha.
Right?
Is very common to use 2 anchors in this area?
We just got 2 spots here that we ask that you put it out if you go there, and that's Lark Key and Pelican Key.
Okay.
Because those are very deep anchorages. Those are about 60-65 feet of water. The
All
shallowest
right.
you're going to find in there. So if you go there, we ask that you put both anchors out.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
So you didn't see it in the bottom here?
I don't recall seeing it. It's probably somewhere, but I just don't recall.
So it's down on the bottom there. It's all second anchor right there.
Oh, yeah,
Anchors
yeah,
on
yeah.
the bottom.
Oh, it's
It has
underneath.
20,
Gotcha.
20 feet of chain attached to the anchor. And
Okay.
then from there, it's all line. About
Gotcha.
140 feet of line attached to it.
All right. And that's the generator, guys.
This
in
is
case
the
you're wondering.
generator right here. Yep. So on the generator, we ask that you check the oil for us, especially if you're planning to run it all night.
Yep.
So you come down inside here, and then this front cover comes off, and your dipstick is just right behind here. Alright, dipstick is right there. And if you do need to add some oil to the motor, oil goes right inside here.
Alright.
And the oil is in that gray gallon right there.
Okay.
And then you got a funnel there if you need a funnel to fill it up. So we've done our checks already. So once you leave the first day out, then you can come up here and do a first check for us.
Alright.
And once you've done that, then we go inside and then we start her up.
Yep, that's the daily part of the daily wobble.
Yeah.
Pre-sale checklist.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Got the water tanks down on the bottom here. That one's down a little bit, so it should be full. That one's the same. So before you leave, we're just gonna top him off, right?
All right, you got water holes that come right to the boat where we're at?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right now you're just running off one of the tanks right here. So once that one tank runs empty on you, then you gotta go inside to switch him over, right?
Okay.
So we got the boat hook and the deck brush down on the bottom there. And then we got some extra dock lines, so if you get to grab a mooring, you can use the dock lines on the bottom there. The lines on the stern will stay with you.
Okay.
But the ones in the front here, they stay here. So once you're ready to leave, we ask for help.
Hold on, my camera just freaked out. There we go.
So once you're ready to leave, you ask for, we're going to get you out of here, right?
Okay.
We're going to take you just outside
You don't trust
the
us,
entrance.
huh?
So then we ask for help. So we get two guys to come up here and do the lines for us. You see the hook on top there? We try and get them up on the hook there once we're going out.
Oh, you're gonna leave the lines in a hook. Gotcha.
Yeah. We try
All
and
right.
hook them up on top there.
All right.
And then same thing when you're coming back in. Once you're approaching the entrance to the marina, you would call us on channel 74. We will dinghy out and we will bring the boat back inside the marina again.
Okay.
All right. Anything up here you're not sure of? You're good up here?
No, I'm good up here.
Good. All right. Let's have a look at the lockers in the back of the boat then, and then we go inside. So the sail is open, all right? So it's ready to go. You just put it on the electric winch and
Okay.
ready to go.
Do you guys grease or oil those things?
Yeah.
So they should be okay. In Tahiti, we had, was it Tahiti? Tahiti, we had to get a can of WD. No, it was BVI.
BVI?
A can of WD-40
Yeah, we
to
try
get
and
it down.
we try and grease them up every 3 months or so.
Cool.
Keep them,
All right.
All right, I'll just turn this motor off here.
All right.
Shut back off in there. Stop. And power off. All right, stop. And power off. All right. Alright, so this is the propane right here for cooking.
Now check those, see if you think there's enough propane in there. They seem a little light to me.
100 psi, so that's full.
Oh, where'd you reading that?
PSI right there.
Oh.
The tanks are aluminum, so they feel a bit light, but they're full.
Oh, gotcha.
They're full.
Okay.
The one tank, this one tank right here goes for about 2 weeks with 8 people on the boat. So that will take you through your charter. And this is open. We just use the solenoid inside to turn it on and off, right?
Yep.
So we can just leave that open. Some people like to close them off. If that's
not
you
necessary,
can go ahead,
yeah.
we just leave it open. So make sure we got a snorkeling flag on the bottom here. So this one you blow this up like a balloon, and then there's a flag on the bottom there that sticks in on top. So whenever you're snorkeling, we ask that you put it out.
Okay. You see that flag? I don't see any flag.
And it's down here. This red one right here.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right.
You got your bucket, you got the dinghy pump. So if the rubber on the dinghy gets a bit soft in you, you can use that to pump it up. All right.
All right.
There's some more oil inside there. Same oil for the motor and the generator. They use the same
Okay,
oil.
good to know. Fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
That fire extinguisher.
a couple more inside. The power stays on the boat, so once you guys ready to head off, you unplug it. And then it stays inside this locker right here. Right inside here. And you got your life raft down on the bottom there. And you also have a emergency tiller, alright? So if something goes wrong and you lose steering off the boat, this is the emergency tiller right here. So you need to go inside your toolkit, and then you grab a flat screwdriver and we pop this off, and then this tiller goes down inside there, hooks up to your rudder, and then you can steer the boat from there. Alright, you can do it port or you can do it starboard. It doesn't matter, they're linked, so you can do it on either side. Your outside shower, just in the back of the boat there. It's hot and cold, alright?
Yep.
Hot and cold shower right here. That's cold, that's hot. Once you've run the motor for more than half an hour, you will have hot water here or anywhere inside the boat.
Okay, and so on the electrical panel, if you turn the hot water and on in there, is it going to create hot water, or is it only doing it off the engine now?
Right now you're plugged into shore power, so you should be getting
So
hot
it's
water
fine.
off shore power. Or if you have the generator running, and then you flick those switches on, and you will have hot water.
Gotcha.
But off the motors, it's automatic. Those switches can be off, doesn't matter, it's automatic. It will.
Okay.
That's only on shore
Gotcha.
power or generator.
Okay, gotcha. So that's an AC run. So okay, gotcha.
Right, and this is the motor right here. You just turn the steering over. So on the motor, we ask that you check the oil for us. Every morning before you start up, you do it first thing in the morning when the engine is cold, all right? So you got your dipstick down in the bottom here.
Right.
And if you do need to add some oil to it, oil goes right here on top. Right there. Then the next thing you might have to check for us is the raw water filter, this right here.
And I've had problems getting that open before. Are these easily opened, or?
We just do it hand tight, so I mean it should, or otherwise I can get you a, there's a, what you call it, like a spanner that fits right in this plus here, and then you can, so if there's none on the boat, I can get you one. But
all right.
yeah, so that should just be hand tight.
We'll put that on the list for look for a spanner and any of the oil filters and wrenches and the basic stuff in case. I haven't looked at that yet.
Yeah. And then what happens sometimes when they're coming down to check the oil, they hit this button here by mistake.
Yep, stop button.
You won't be able to start, right? So,
But this is a Yanmar 45?
yes, it is.
Okay, it's interesting. I don't see any indications on this like normal, but
There.
I'm sure it's, yeah. I just didn't, gotcha.
And then, so yeah, just push that down and make sure that's in run.
Right.
All right, exact same thing on the other side. Right, you should be good. You should be good for the channel. You got charcoal, right?
Yeah, we got charcoal.
For this dinghy setup here, we got these lines here that we tied on. It's just so the dinghy doesn't swing around if it's a bit rough.
Right.
So once you're ready to lower the dinghy, you undo the knot here, undo the knot there, and then the lines, they just stay in the dinghy. So just leave them inside the dinghy. And then make sure you put in the plug before we go down.
That's a good idea.
Put in the plug there.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, then we have to come up a little bit on the up and down here. So we come up a little bit.
Hold on a sec. Up here?
Yeah, right here. Up and down, right there.
Hold on. I have an issue. Come on. All right.
Yeah, so there's the up and down for this dinghy setup here. So we just come up a little bit there, and then now we can release the hook. There's the hook we need to release right here. release that hook just on the one side, just on the starboard side.
Yeah.
And once you've done that, then it's just basically going down, all the way down until the dinghy hits the water. And once the dinghy hits the water, then you unclip it here, unclip it on the other side, and it's ready to go.
All right.
All right. So every night before you go to sleep, we ask that you put the dinghy up for us. All right. Just make sure the dinghy is up. Fuel is full. You should have your dinghy anchor in front here. So yeah, the dinghy anchor is inside there. Alright. Good. You got the 2 oars. You're good at the motors?
Yeah.
You're good there? Alright. Let me just put this on. Same thing, there's a breaker for this, so too much load on the motor.
Yeah.
Cuts off. Gotta go inside.
Okay.
If there's anything inside. Some life jackets on the bottom there. There should be some more life jackets up front. There's just 3 inside there.
And over there are the batteries.
Yeah. We ask that you don't put anything that has water on it there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't want to put it on the battery. Just a spare. I think that's it for the outside, no?
Yeah, I don't think we can't see anything.
You won't be leaving today, huh?
We'd like to get out a little bit today. Yeah.
Was that okay? I'm not
I haven't been told if we can or cannot yet.
Okay. Alright, let's come inside and finish up then. Alright. Was there anything inside here you weren't sure of?
Give me the basics for the channel.
So yeah, like I said, we monitor channel 74 from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening. And then after hours, if there's any emergency or you need to get to us for some reason, you should have a few folders inside the nav table there. And then inside the folder, you should have our cell phone numbers so you can call us after hours too.
Okay.
Again, like you said earlier, channel 16 is our emergency channel, so that's it. That's there for emergency. Every night before you go to sleep, we ask that you turn the anchor light on. All right, so anchor light on.
How's that? When you're anchoring or at any time?
Anytime after 4, you can turn the anchor light on.
Is that like in a marina that you want the anchor light on?
No.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
just when you're outside there,
gotcha.
anchored somewhere, but not inside here. The refrigerator, that stays on 24/7. All right, so you just keep that running, and then I'm pretty sure you guys will be using the generator in the nighttime, so that will take care of the charging for you.
Right.
So you want to keep that 13.36. That's the volt for the 12-volt side of the boat. So you want to keep that 12 and above. So if you see that starts going down closer to 12, then you know you got to do some charging.
Right. Watch your battery percentage.
Yeah, that's pretty full there.
Gotcha.
So
guys, just to let you know, this side of the panel is all 12 volt here and here, and then when you come across to the right side, this side of the panel is for 120 or your shore power, basically.
These are
Or
just
AC.
override switches for your bilge pumps here.
Right.
Right now, they're all automatic. So if water's coming in, the float should go up and pump that water out.
Right.
But if you notice that the float is not doing what it should do, then you can come here and force that pump to work.
Right.
So this first one would be your port main bilge, all right?
Right.
The second one would be your starboard main bilge. So it goes down in this sequence right here.
Yep.
That's the same sequence right in the bottom there.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, like you said earlier, this is your 12-volt side of the boat, and then this is shore power or generator. Right now you're on shore power. So once you leave and you're out at sea and you want to use any of this stuff here, you're gonna have to power up your generator. All right, so let me run through that with you.
Okay.
So first we got to turn everything off. All right, so everything goes off. You don't want to start the generator up with any load.
my AC.
Yeah, AC goes off. Everything goes off. Shore power goes off. Out at sea, you won't have shore power. Yeah. So this one, you'd slide that up. Same thing with the bottom one, slide that up. Out at sea, you got generator and transfer. All right, so before we start up, always make sure everything is off. All right,
okay.
No load. Then the top one goes down 10 seconds. So you're warming up the glow plugs on the generator. So we hold that down for 10 seconds. And then after 10 seconds, don't let it go, all right? Keep on holding it down. And then the bottom one goes up to start. So up, starts up, let go, let go. And once the generator is running, same thing as on the motor, we gotta make sure that we got water pumping out, and it pumps water out on the port side, on the stern, all right? Yeah, good. If it's not, then you turn the generator off, and then you can go and check the strainer for us. I'll show you down here. Alright, so generator is running, and we'd come here, or it says generator, flick that on. Come down on the bottom, transfer, flick that on, and then now you can put on whatever you need on the bottom here. Air conditioned port side, right here. Just leave that for the compressor to kick in before we start up the other one. You don't want to overload the generator, so just take our time putting on the switches here. Air conditioned starboard side. That one's off. Gotta bring that, we normally bring it down to auto, so I'll just take that down to auto, and then that should start up. And you got your outlets for the blender, the microwave, the toaster, and then with the water heater. So if you're running the water heaters while on generator, and then you guys want to use microwave and that stuff, you're gonna have to turn off the water heaters.
Oh, okay.
The generator won't take all that load. It's
Gotcha.
too much for it. So you're gonna have to try and balance up the load here, right? Because the generator won't take everything.
All right.
And then once you're ready to shut down, then it's the same thing. You start from the bottom going up. We take everything off.
Okay.
So everything goes off, transfer, generator, everything off, and then the bottom one down, stop. Oops. All right, so for now I'll just put you back on shore power. So down, down, on, air conditioned port side. Just wait a little bit, and then we'll turn on the starboard side. Starboard side. And then you got your outlets. Right, are we good here?
Yep, got it.
Alright. So good. Right, down on the bottom here, you got the different breakers for the different systems on the boat. Alright, so this right here pops open. And we got the windlass breaker right here. So too much load on the anchor, pop, goes off, no power, no up and down. You come here, flick that back up, it's reset. This one is for the dinghy up and down, all right? And then these two right here are for the electric winches you have to raise the sail and the lines and stuff. These are electric winches. And then this is the main shut off for the house. This one we just leave it on, all right? Unless there's a fire or something, then you turn it off. But otherwise, it just stays on.
Gotcha.
Right, like I said earlier, you got 2 water tanks on the boat. So once you run out of one water tank, then you got to come here, switch them over. So if you look inside there, you see there's one white knob here, and the other one is behind us right here. It's just right behind it. So they're both open. So let's just close one off.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I
no
just
wonder they're both there.
yeah, that's what I noticed. I was like,
I didn't know you could do. I guess you could do that.
you
Makes
can,
sense.
yeah, you
Sure.
can. So yeah, we just normally run off one,
Right.
and when that one runs empty, then you switch over. So this one is open. The arrow is inline,
Okay.
and then that one's
Which
closed.
one's open since you're
The
right there?
port.
Port?
Well, they're
Okay.
both on the same side there, so it's,
I
yeah.
just wonder which one we're calling. So.
Yeah, so
Alright.
once you run out, close off the empty one, open up the full one.
Yep.
That's it.
And there's a fire extinguisher,
Fire extinguisher
and also a fire blanket to throw over typically kitchen fires and stuff, just to smother it.
All right. We should have more life jackets.
There's some up there in the corner.
More out here. So yeah, we got some more on the bottom there, life jackets.
Oops.
There's another fire extinguisher
Yeah.
inside here. This is pretty much for the generator side of the boat.
I'm trying to get my thing to catch up with me. What are you doing, Shane? Turn. Thank you. Okay, anyways, that was the fire extinguisher. Right there, so that's your front fire extinguisher. And also up in front, both of those cabins, that front hatch on both the starboard and the port are crew accommodations, and you also fire extinguishers up there too.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Port side is pretty much where you sleep. Starboard side is the bathroom.
Yeah.
You guys use the stove already?
Yep, we've stove. Why don't you just give it a quick one for the YouTube people?
Alright, so ready to cook? Come on the panel here. There's a switch that says LPG control. Flick that on, and then you got to come over. What the boat has here is a leak detection system on it here, right? So once you flick on the switch on the panel, this light right here would start blinking. So we basically wait until that light stays and it comes on solid, and then we can come here and turn the solenoid on. And as soon as we're finished cooking, we always turn the solenoid off, right? And then we just leave this, we just use this as the main controller. Don't touch the one on the panel anymore. Just leave that on, and then just do your on and off right here.
Okay.
Otherwise, this leak detection system would be
It's off.
useless.
Yeah, it's off. Yeah, gotcha. And
Right.
the oven's also LP gas.
You got your toolkit on the bottom there, and you got some flares, right? Toolkit, you got some flares. First aid kit is on the corner.
Flares are in that bottle. Keep them waterproof and everything. First aid kit.
First aid kit on top there. And then you got your charts right here. There's two charts. One is for the north, and one is for the south. All right, so north and south charts are here. And then the blue book is the cruising guide. This is the guide for this area right here, right? Cruising guide for Belize. Right. This boat is equipped with holding tanks. All right. So
What's your procedures here?
once you're at anchor, the holding tanks must be closed. Then once you're a mile out from any landmark, then you can go downstairs and discharge. So let me
Okay.
show you the discharge valve. Right, so your discharge valve is in the aft cabins. There's a floorboard that you lift up, and you see the big white hose on the bottom there. That's the discharge. Right now it's open, but it should be closed off here now. So that's closed while in the marina or while at anchor. That should be closed. Then once you get out, like I said, 1 mile from any landmark, then you pull that lever up. It's gravity. So as soon as you pull that lever up, it's gonna go. All right, so it's all gravity. This one discharge valve here does the two heads on the port side here.
Okay.
On the other side, same setup. So
All right.
There's another discharge.
Gotcha.
Strainer for the generator, if I'm not mistaken. It's
You're sure it's in the hull, right? It's got to be in the hull.
So you'll have two strainers here. You'd have one for the generator. So this one is for air condition.
Okay.
All right. So if you're having problem with the air condition on the port side here, you probably got a dirty filter.
All right.
So then you come inside here and then just have a peek inside there. You can see it's clean. So if you got a dirty filter, then you're gonna have to come in and use the same flow board right here. And then you close off the seacock for the air condition.
Oh yeah.
Unscrew that filter, clean her up, put it back together, and then reopen the seacock. Right?
Gotcha.
Otherwise, water will just be pouring inside the boat.
Never a good idea.
And then this one right here will be the one for the generator. All right. And same thing. The seacock is just right underneath the flow board, just where I'm at right here. Close that off and clean her up. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. We go over on the other side now. We'll make sure that discharge valve is closed off. This one's open too.
If one's open, you can guarantee the other one's open.
Right, so yeah, it's closed off. And then we're just gonna have one filter on this side. It'll just be for the air condition on the starboard.
What did we
side.
have on the? Oh, the gen. That's what.
Yeah,
We only have
gen.
the one gen on the port side. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same setup. It's just underneath there. It's
Gotcha.
one filter.
Okay.
Alright. Are you good with the electric heads? Or?
Why don't you show us? Not bad. Probably filled up. It backfills for some reason.
Yeah, so what the top one does, while it's sucking out,
Yeah.
it's putting in water at the same time, alright? So I'll just hit that one. So whenever you see whatever stuff's in there, you see it disappears. You keep on holding the button, alright? Because then you want to try and get that stuff to come up to your tank. Your tank is behind here.
So if initially it's just filling the line.
It's just filling the line.
And then after that it goes to the tank. If you just fill the line,
then
it's gonna
tends
seep
to come
back up.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's all salt water, so don't be scared. Just
it's no
hold
biggie.
that button and try and get it up
Yeah.
to the tank, and then you won't get
Gotcha.
that back.
So the top one does what again? It both fills and empties at the same time.
And then the bottom one, hit it on the left, only fills water up. So it's just filling up the bottle.
Right.
And then we hit it on the right, only sucking out whatever's in there, right? It's
Gotcha.
not bringing in water. I just basically use the top one because it does everything.
Both of them.
Yeah. So
Okay. No point.
Mhm.
Is one, I don't know what they call it, the grinder or something. Does it work on both of those buttons?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
It
so
does.
same.
The macerator, yeah.
Macerator. Yeah.
Macerator.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Right then, I think that's it.
All right.
Got the stove, so it's stove, we got that, we got the water, we got the discharge valve.
And of course, without the generator or the AC, or we're plugged in to shore power is the proper way to say that. There's no AC on board, so you can't plug something in one of these outlets.
Unless you're
Except-
on shore power or
Right.
generator.
It ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
So one thing people do sometimes is you get a little inverter, so you can invert the DC to an AC if you need to power a little something.
Doesn't have an inverter. So
Yeah, I brought a little manual, little stupid thing. So
yeah, that works.
yeah, you can make coffee and not have to fire up the generator.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Cricket.
Cricket. All right, Cricket. Very nice. I appreciate your help.
You're
And
welcome.
hopefully have a great day.
Yep.